After 60, your brain actually starts to shrink. That's not just a metaphor. It's a medical fact. Every year, millions of brain cells quietly disappear. And if you don't take action, your memory starts to fade, like an old photograph losing its color. But here's the good news. You can slow down brain aging. You can protect your memory. And even at 70 or 80 years old, you can stay sharp, clear, and connected. In today's video, I'm going to share 6 simple foods that have been clinically proven to protect brain cells, improve memory, and help you stay mentally alert. No pills, no fancy supplements, just everyday foods. Easy to find, easy to use. That could change the way you age. And before we begin, I want to ask you something. What do you forget the most these days? A loved one's name, a story you just told, or maybe a promise you made to yourself? Leave me a comment below, because I'm reading every single one and this entire community is walking this journey together. So let's begin with a tiny purple fruit, one that scientists call natural armor for your brain. Number 1, blueberries. I've got this little morning ritual. Every day I eat a small handful of blueberries before I do anything else. Not because it's fancy, not because it's trendy, but because I know. Inside those tiny purple berries is a gift for my aging brain. You see, after 60, memory just isn't what it used to be. Sometimes you are looking for your glasses, and they're sitting right there on your forehead. You call your grandchild by the neighbor's name, and you laugh it off. I guess I'm just getting old. But getting older doesn't mean your mind has to fade. Thankfully, nature gave us something special for that. Blueberries, they're packed with a powerful antioxidant called anthocyanin. It's what gives them that deep purple-blue color. And more importantly, it helps protect brain cells, reduce inflammation, and slow down mental aging. A study from the University of Cincinnati looked at older adults with mild memory loss. After just 12 weeks of eating blueberries daily, their memory and processing speeds significantly improved, especially when it came to short-term recall. So how should you eat them? The easiest way, just eat them fresh, around half a cup a day. You can also toss them into plain yogurt oatmeal or blend them into a green smoothie. No fresh berries. Frozen blueberries still keep most of their nutrients. Just let them thaw naturally and don't microwave them. Oh, and don't drown them in sugar or syrup. Your brain needs antioxidants, not extra sugar. I remember one of my patients, Mary, 68 years old. She told me, "Doctor, I forget a lot of things. But ever since I started eating blueberries every morning, I remember my meds. And even that old love song my husband used to sing." Now, I'm not saying blueberries are a miracle, but clearly those little berries helped her mind light up again with beautiful memories. And that, to me, is the real magic. Before we finish, let me ask you, have you been struggling with memory lately? When was the last time you gave your brain a smart meal? Leave a comment below. I'm reading every story. And if you have a fun way to use blueberries, share it. This whole community could benefit from your ideas. And if this video helped you, tap that subscribe button. So every week I can bring you more small stories. That just might change the way you age. Thanks for spending time with me today. Wishing you a beautiful day and a mind full of memories that still feel brand new. Number 2, walnuts. When I was a child, my grandfather used to sit by the window every afternoon chewing on a few dried nuts. Back then, I thought he was just snacking for fun. But now that I'm in my 60s, I finally understand. He was quietly taking care of his brain. And one of the nuts he always kept close, walnuts. If you look closely, a walnut actually resembles a tiny brain. And that's quite fitting, because inside is a treasure trove of nutrients that protect memory, clarity, and cognitive function. Walnuts are rich in plant-based omega-3s, especially ALA, a fatty acid that's essential for healthy brain cells. They're also packed with vitamin E and powerful antioxidants that help fight off free radicals. One of the main reasons our brain ages faster. A major study from UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, found that people who regularly ate walnuts scored significantly higher in cognitive tests, meaning better memory focus and processing speed compared to those who didn't. And the best part, just a small handful a day can make a big difference. So how should you enjoy them? Simply eat them raw. About 4 to 5 walnuts a day, chewed slowly. You can also mix them into plain yogurt oatmeal or sprinkle them over brown rice or salads. If chewing is difficult, grind them into a powder and stir it into your morning smoothie. But here's a tip. Always choose unsalted dry walnuts, not the ones roasted in oil or coated in sugar, and keep them in an airtight jar in a cool place to prevent them from going rancid. I remember one gentleman, Mr. Robert. He told me he kept forgetting his grandkids' names or where he put his keys. So I suggested he try eating a small handful of walnuts each morning and start journaling his daily habits. 2 months later, he smiled and said, "I'm not as sharp as I used to be, doctor, but at least now I remember what day it is, and I feel more alert than I have in years." You see, none of us can stop time, but with simple choices, like adding a few walnuts to your daily meals, you can help your mind stay clear and your days feel more complete. Before we wrap up, let me ask you, are you struggling with memory lately? Have you ever tried walnuts as part of your brain health routine? Leave me a comment below. Truly read every message, and I'd love to hear your story. And if this video brought you a little hope or inspiration, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can keep meeting here each week for more heartfelt conversations like this. Thanks for spending time with me today. Wishing you a peaceful afternoon and a memory filled with the beautiful moments of a life well lived. Number 3, broccoli. There's something surprising I've learned over the years. You see, it's not ginseng or fancy supplements that protect your brain the most. It's something much more ordinary. Broccoli. Yes, that simple green veggie sitting in your stir-fry or soup bowl might just be one of the best shields for your brain after 60. Have you ever forgotten someone's name, even someone you've known for years, or walked into a room and suddenly wondered, wait, what was I doing here? You're not alone. Memory slips are common after 60. But the good news, we can slow that process down. Naturally, broccoli is rich in vitamin K, a nutrient not only great for blood health, but also linked to better cognitive function and long-term memory. A study from Harvard Medical School showed that older adults who ate more vitamin K-rich foods, especially leafy greens like broccoli, had sharper memories and a much lower risk of dementia. But that's not all. Broccoli also contains choline, a compound that helps keep your brain cells healthy and improves how signals travel in the brain. And my favorite part, broccoli has natural anti-inflammatory compounds like sulforaphane, which help protect the brain from oxidative stress, one of the sneakiest causes of memory decline as we age. So how can you enjoy broccoli the right way? The best method is to lightly steam it for 3 to 5 minutes, just enough to keep its nutrients and color intact. Add it to a warm veggie soup, saute it in olive oil with a bit of garlic, or blend it into a savory smoothie with spinach, green apple, and ginger. Just avoid overboiling or letting it sit too long, because vitamin K and choline are sensitive to heat and time. I once knew a sweet older lady, years old, who started every morning with a bowl of broccoli soup made with ginger and black pepper. She told me, "I may not remember everything, doctor, but I remember where I put my glasses, and I remember the promise I made to my grandson every weekend." And you know what? I believe it was her love for herself and that simple bowl of soup that kept her mind clear and full of heart. Before we wrap up, let me ask you, do you eat broccoli often? And have you noticed any changes in your memory lately? Share your story with me in the comments. I read each message carefully, and it means a lot to me. And if this video has given you one more reason to love your greens, don't forget to hit subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together one small step at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Wishing you a peaceful day and a mind that always remembers the things that matter most. Number 4, healthy fats. If there's one thing I wish I had learned earlier in life, it's this. Not all fats are bad. In fact, certain healthy fats act like natural lubricants for our brain and memory, especially after age 60. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a sentence and suddenly forgotten what you were going to say? Or walked into a room, then stood there blankly trying to remember why you came in? Moments like that can be a little unsettling. You might wonder, is my mind starting to slow down? But trust me, your brain still holds tremendous potential to recover and stay sharp if you nourish it the right way. And one of the most important ways to do that is by adding more healthy fats into your diet, not just from salmon or mackerel like we often hear, but also from extra virgin olive oil, avocados, and chia seeds. These plant-based fats are rich in omega-3s, vitamin E, and powerful natural anti-inflammatories. Studies from Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health show that diets high in unsaturated fats, especially from olive oil, nuts, and avocados, can boost brain processing speed, protect nerve cells, and lower the risk of memory decline. These healthy fats nourish the delicate membrane around each brain cell, helping signals travel faster and more clearly. It's like replacing old frayed wiring in your house with a brand new connection. So how can you include these fats in your day? Olive oil, drizzle over salads, steamed veggies, or stir into warm oatmeal after cooking. Avoid frying with it at high heat. It breaks down the nutrients. Avocado. Eat half an avocado daily or mash it onto whole grain toast for a brain-friendly breakfast. Chia seeds. Soak in warm water, stir into yogurt or oatmeal. Just 1 teaspoon a day is enough. I had a lovely patient once. Her name was Eleanor, 75 years old. She told me, "Doctor, I used to be afraid of fats. My meals were so dry. But since I started adding a little olive oil and avocado, I feel clearer in the head. My skin feels softer, and the forgetfulness isn't as bad." I smiled and thought, sometimes a tiny change in what we eat can brighten our mind more than any expensive supplement. Before we wrap up, let me ask you, have you ever avoided fats because of fear? Or have you tried adding olive oil, avocado, or chia seeds to your meals? Share your story or your questions in the comments. I read every message and I truly look forward to hearing from you. And if you found this video helpful, please hit subscribe so I can keep bringing you small, meaningful tips each week that may just change your health in big ways. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Wishing you a peaceful day and a memory as smooth as a drizzle of olive oil on mom's warm bowl of soup. Number 5. Citrus fruits. When I was a child, every time I caught a small cold, my mother would press a glass of warm orange juice into my mud ponds. No fancy medicines, just that bright golden drink and her soft voice saying, "Drink this, my dear. It'll help you feel strong again." Now, as a 60-year-old doctor, I realize my mother was right. But what she didn't know, and what I want to share with you today, is this. Oranges don't just help your body feel better. They can also help your memory stay brighter every day. You see, after age 60, memory begins to fade. Quietly, little by little. You might forget a familiar name, misplace your wallet, or repeat a story you just told yesterday. But please don't be hard on yourself. The brain, just like any other part of the body, can heal if we give it the right kind of care. One of the simplest, most powerful nutrients for brain health in older age is vitamin C, found in abundance in oranges, grapefruits, lemons, tangerines, and other citrus fruits. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. It helps protect your brain cells from oxidative stress, that slow, silent process that breaks down connections in the brain and weakens memory over time. A study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that older adults with higher levels of vitamin C in their blood scored significantly better on memory and mental processing tests than those with lower levels. But here's something important. Your body doesn't store vitamin C. You have to get it fresh every day. And what's easier than starting with an orange? So how can you make citrus fruits a part of your routine? Eat them fresh. A whole orange in the morning, a tangerine in the afternoon. If you prefer juice, keep the pulp and fiber. It helps your digestion and improves nutrient absorption. With grapefruit, enjoy it in slices after your main meal. It's a refreshing, natural dessert that's good for your brain too. Quick note, if you're taking blood pressure medication, check with your doctor before eating too much grapefruit. Some medicines may interact with compounds in grapefruit. One of my patients, her name is Sandra, 70 years old, told me, since I started drinking fresh orange juice each morning and adding a little tangerine to my afternoon snack, I feel more alert. I remember my medication times, and I never forget my evening walk with my husband. She smiled and said, "I don't need brain pills, doctor. I just need to remember my orange juice." And I smiled back because I knew sometimes it's the small daily things, like a citrus fruit, that keep the light of memory alive as we grow older. Before we end, let me ask you, have you had an orange today? And how has your memory been lately? Please share your thoughts in the comments. I read each one with care. And if this video helped you see citrus fruits in a new light, tap that subscribe button so I can keep sharing these small but meaningful health tips with you every week. Thank you for staying with me today. Wishing you a refreshing day, as sweet and bright as a slice of orange from your childhood. Number 6, tomatoes. I still remember the smell from my childhood. Every time my mother made tomato and egg soup, that gentle aroma, that bright red color, such a simple dish but filled with warmth and love. Now at 60 years old, I've come to understand something deeper. She wasn't just cooking. She was quietly protecting our family's memory. One spoonful at a time. You see, after 60, our brain doesn't weaken because we're not smart anymore. It weakens because time and oxidative stress slowly damage our brain cells. But nature always finds a way to help us. And one of those quiet little gifts is the humble tomato. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that's been shown to protect brain cells from age-related decline and chronic inflammation. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found older adults with higher levels of lycopene in their blood had significantly lower risks of memory loss and cognitive decline. But here's the interesting part. Lycopene works even better when tomatoes are cooked. Cooking them, like in soup, stews, or sautés, helps your body absorb 2 to 3 times more lycopene. So how do we make tomatoes part of our daily routine? Start with what you know. Tomato and egg soup, tomato stew, or simply sautéed tomatoes with olive oil. Use healthy oils like extra virgin olive oil or canola oil. Lycopene is fat-soluble, meaning your body absorbs it better when paired with good fats. And don't peel off the skin. The thin tomato skin holds a lot of the good stuff we often throw away. One of my patients, Mr. Charles, 69 years old, told me his memory had worsened after retirement. But after following my advice, he started eating cooked tomatoes 3 to 4 times a week along with leafy greens and fish. 3 months later, he came back and told me, I not only remember things better, but I feel mentally brighter, like the color of those tomatoes in my morning soup. And I smiled, because I knew it wasn't anything fancy, just a small, consistent choice that made a big difference. Before we wrap up, let me ask you, have you ever thought a single tomato could help you remember better? And what's your favorite way to enjoy tomatoes? Soup, sauce, or simply scrambled with eggs? Leave your story in the comments. I read every message and would love to hear from you. And if this video helped you see an everyday food in a new light, hit that subscribe button so we can continue walking together through these heartwarming, meaningful conversations every week. Thank you for sitting with me today. Wishing you a peaceful day and a memory as vibrant as the red of a ripe tomato. We've just explored a handful of simple foods that can bring powerful changes to your memory after 60. Now I'd love to hear from you. Are you struggling with memory loss? Do you forget names, your medication schedule, or just what you were about to say? Drop a comment below. I truly read every word, and I'll reply whenever I can. If you found this video helpful, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Not just to get more helpful tips, but to continue our journey together, like old friends walking the path to better health. And if you have a question or your own memory-boosting routine, please share it, because who knows? Your story might be the one that gives someone else the hope they've been quietly needing. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. Taking care of your memory is like tending a garden. It takes patience, gentleness, and sometimes just a little love for yourself. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, I wish you a calm and joyful day with memories that stay clear, like a loved one's smile around the dinner table.